Okay, so it's early Monday morning. Let's see how this stream goes. The reason for this stream is just a test of the latest microphone. I got a Rode Wireless Go 2, so which is a clip-on microphone, and so that means that as I move around, the sound, the voice should be fine all the way through. So I can go back and talk about all the things I've talked about in the last video, but the audio was, my voice was not always audible because of the fact that that was the microphone I was using at the time. So since the last video, I just got out this Korg Op6. This is the Kickstarter rack mount kit. Now, recently at NAMM, Korg actually have announced their rack mount versions of this, of the Op6, the Wave State, and the other one, third one. So they have an official rack mount version now. Anyway, this is the that was a Kickstarter, so I actually still have the case for the Op6. So, anyways, I've just MIDI'd it to the grandmother. So currently, grandmother is my sort of generic keyboard. Turn the grandmother off. Sound. So again, I'm using the Quest 3 in pass-through mode as my head-mounted camera. Am I overdriving now? One of the things I have to look out for here is you gotta adjust the. So I've got so many different levels you've got to set up. So the thing in this A-frame here are going through this Yamaha mixer. There's definitely something hitting a limit there. Could be over there. So just set up. On this side, it may be a bit high, but it doesn't have a. It's not that one anyway, apparently. Maybe on the yellow one. That's the grandmother. That's the grandmother. I'll get the labeling right one day. That's the Nova. That's the. This is the Nova. That's not plugged in. So this one. Odyssey. Odyssey is over here. Okay, so that's okay, so I think it's all working. I think the microphone's working fine at the moment. Seems to be. Let's go for a quick, what else can I do from here? This is the video splitter, then goes to this monitor, it goes to HD capture, Elgato capture on there. Bob Moog Foundation. Yeah, must have made a donation this month. So I could probably power this up and wire it over to the L20. This is basically my workstation area, so I solder and build electronics. Oh, this is the thing I couldn't find earlier. This is my MIDI guitar. I gotta stop poking the microphone with my chin. This is a MIDI guitar. So earlier I was playing, okay, let's just move. Remote display. Where's the, there it is. Let's just stick it over here from out of the way. So I have these Moog workstats, which I have my MIDI interface. Plug that in here, see if this works. Usually the back, there we go. So this is basically a homemade Arduino style computer. And basically there are 10 switches, and it's scanning the 10 switches and it's sending MIDI data out. It also sends, scan this joystick, the voltages on it, which do filter, cutoff and pitch bend, but the workstat MIDI interface only does notes, so it can't use this for that. We can plug it into something else in a moment. Let's see if we can get anything working. Okay, so the workstats are on this interface, I think. I don't see anything moving up there. Okay, so it's definitely working there. Let's move them over then. I've got to rewire those. There's something wrong with that mixer. Okay. This is one of those stupid things, I think. No, I've done something else. Batteries are flat. Oh. Pity. This is... Yeah. I did do an all note off. Okay. So this is one of the projects I did a long time ago. Literally a long time ago. 12 years ago. So I did a lot of fun playing around with mice, computer mice, Arduinos. So this is one of those sort of projects. MIDI again. Just reset the mouse. So this is a piece, obviously just a 1-inch broomstick type piece of doweling, 1-inch diameter pipe which slides nicely over. This has there's a hole cut here, and the mouse is glued to it so the mouse can see the pipe. So as you move the pipe up and down, the mouse registers that, or you can rotate the mouse. These are a set of sort of vaguely works. So this is our sustain, this is glissando, or resound. This resets the origin. Anyway, it's again, this unit is 10 years old. Yeah. So there's one of the MIDI. It's wrapping the octave and it's making that stupid noise. That wrapping should be, I need to fix that in the software. Yeah, okay. That's working quite nicely. That's all good. So that just has Arduino Micro, the same thing I've wired up the pedals with. So again, the pedals are just 13 switches, and this is basically the same thing. So it's literally the same thing, and just different form factors. Very easy to make. This box has photo transistors and infrared diodes. So like an infrared light beam, and then there's 6 regular LEDs just to show which of the strings is virtual strings. And then there was another one virtual like this, except it was for the Les Paul Google Doodle. If you look up Les Paul Google Doodle, you'll see what I'm talking about. This is, and then also obviously the first circuit bending competition, which I entered in 2012, was based on the Bob Moog Google Doodle. I don't think they work recently because the spec for MIDI audio changed slightly, and so the code that's currently the doodles doesn't initialize properly. I'm thinking about whether I should see if I could find a way of actually taking the doodle code, which is just JavaScript, and fixing it so I can run my own copy, and also add MIDI, add web MIDI to it to make it a bit more usable. There are a number of other projects that I did. So apart from the that optical mouse, there's the optical cello, which uses 2 mice, one of which is bowed with a stick. I'm probably going to see if I can resurrect that one as well, because this system actually has 2 mice connectors, because these are regular USB wired mice, except that these type of mice, when you power them up, test to see whether they're plugged into a PS2 interface using one of those little green adapters that you had into the old round mice interface. And what it does, it runs a slower serial protocol, and the Arduino can handle that. Otherwise, after a few seconds, it switches into USB. It tries to switch to USB mode and sees if it's talking to a USB interface. And one of the downsides of the Micro is that it also has a USB interface into it. And when you power it up, it tries to establish the USB side first. That takes a few seconds, and the mouse times out the PS2 mode. So when you power this unit up, you actually have to unplug the mouse and put the mouse back in again to get the mouse to connect in slow mode. But otherwise, that sort of project works fine. That's this one. So another project I'm going to look at doing just for quick fun is I have this DVD player, has doesn't have HDMI, only has AV, so I've got a little box back there which does AV to HDMI, and the HDMI cables from this DV tuner and the DVD converter come into this switch, and this switch has another input which I'm going to wire probably up to the HDMI on this iPad mini, or I might wire it up to so that I have this HDMI to RCA connector, and I can run it through to the RCA to HDMI connector and do like make a little box which basically takes regular HDMI and sort of bit stuffs it as 720p, or in the lower quality here. So let's see if we can use like as a bit stuffer, 8 bits low quality video generators for video effects. We also have a number of projects which I'm thinking about using with that go with the RCA video. So I have some chips which do sync separator, and then I can use those to, for instance, say maybe make a ping pong game, the old TV set, like I did. Because it was one of the first video projects I ever did back when it came out in, what, 72. In Britain, there was one of the magazines had a sort of diagram of how the newly invented ping pong game worked, and so from that I was able to build I built my own version of it, and had a lot of fun with that. It's a fairly simple design, just uses some simple monostables. Today I'd probably use 555 timers, needs a few of those. And you just literally add a horizontal bar and a vertical bar, and that gets you a dot or a rectangle. So you need to do that. You need 3 pairs, 2 for the bats and 1 for the ball. And some simple ramp generator, like an envelope generator, AR, to voltage control the ball back and forward across the screen, and another one to allow the bats to go up and down. So yeah, it's a little project I might put back together as a anniversary from 50 years ago. Wow, time does fly. 50 years old project. Yeah, that's sort of that'd be a good idea. So anyway, if you'd like to see that, put it in the comments. I haven't got chat up at the moment, have I? That's what the problem. One of the things. Okay, where's streaming chat? Good question. I don't know where the chat is. There's Chrome. And that's the desktop. Not sure where the chat window went. View. Good question. I'm assuming there's the chat window somewhere around here. That's me. Don't need any of those. Oh, maybe just set it up probably. Anyway, time to give up. It's 1:30 a.m. I'll stream again sometime. But anyway, the only problem, I gotta just move the microphone a bit lower so I don't keep hitting it with my chin when I look down.